right, thanks for waiting, everyone. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the Babi Gang podcast, episode number 4. My name is OPP Star, and my partner's name is Shelf Related. Today, we will be talking about a few stuff that's sort of new to you guys. So, let's start fast.
All right. Just gonna test the audio real quick. Can any of you hear Pratt just now?
Yeah, can any of you hear me
Yeah.
on the stream?
Yeah. You're kind of low on my end,
All right.
like generally on my end.
All right. I think my volume is a bit low. Let me just. Is it loud now? Sort of. Yeah, I think it's loud a bit.
Mm. Okay, I think that's good.
Okay.
I think that's good.
All right. So let's continue. Thanks for the chat, Salon. So how are you doing today, Shell?
All right. Today I'm actually doing really fantastic.
Oh, that's amazing.
There was a lot of stuff that was happening, especially during college and stuff, but it all worked out in the end. It all worked out.
All right, that's pretty nice.
How about you? What you do most of the day?
Today I woke up. Actually, I woke up pretty early. I had some lectures and shit, and I attended a practical. And then yeah, I'm here now.
Practical.
It was a
You're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell.
with a science practical, of course.
Right?
Just refresh the chat because yep, there you go.
Where's the chat? All right. So to be honest, right, we nowadays, you can see like a lot of our members are like about 17, 16-ish. Salad and Koi is probably like the youngest among most of all. It's like they're like 14-ish, right? So we're gonna talk about a lot more advanced stuff, not like child play stuff anymore. Well, we are gonna talk about it. It's just not as much.
Yeah.
So Prav, what should we start about for today? For today's order of business.
Well, let's start with a bit of like college and shit, cause that's a pretty good topic right now since everyone's colleges and schools are gonna reopen. Everyone is gonna hate it, but
Yeah, true. Everyone. Yeah.
but let's talk about it. So over here in
Alright.
my country, we are gonna open our colleges since November 8th. Primary schools are going to
Oh, great.
open from 18th of October, which is in few days, or yeah, like day after tomorrow, basically. Colleges are in November.
Yeah. Okay.
So kids are actually taking vaccines, 18 plus, but below 18, it's a problem. So what like schools and colleges have done is like they're gonna give online lectures and offline at the same time. But if you're listening,
Oh, like a
yeah,
mix.
if you're listening, I would suggest you to like go to school instead of sitting at home because it's really simple. When you're sitting in a school and learning, you have a teacher in front of you, and then she's gonna guide you with all of stuff. And if you're lacking somewhere, she's gonna come and spank your ass. So it's way better than sitting at home and just looking at a computer and learning nothing. Like most of us just open Discord, YouTube, watch out, listening to Spotify, and the teacher is just blabbering, and then when she asks you a question, you just disappear from the online lecture. So
That is true. Yeah. I think like with online things, right? With everything that is happening online, I'm pretty sure most of us felt it. Like I'm pretty sure we got lazier at some point, like compared to when we were actually going out to school, or like we're actually doing stuff at the actual site, like maybe your school, your own university, everything like that. You definitely feel like you're not as productive as before. But of course, that depends on someone. Some people, of course, think like, oh, the online is such a good opportunity for like improving. But that's like the 5% of people we see day to day. The rest of the 95% is probably like 60%. They're just average, and the other I forgot the thing. Oh yeah, the other 25% or 35% is they just turn more lazy, I suppose. And it is. Oh, am I lagging?
No, no, you're not. You're
Am I?
not. I'm here.
Okay. It is. It does. Yeah. Even I felt it before. Like I'm pretty sure in our online relationship right now, and like everything we need to do online, every single little thing you need to do online, you do get lazier and lazier as time goes on. Even if you don't feel like you're not going lazier, you technically, just like in a slight sense, you are
Yeah,
in some way.
yeah, that's true.
You like I'm pretty sure even for us, someone who as hyperactive as for us can feel that he turned like, well, he turned lazier in some way. It doesn't mean like lazier as in your studies, lazier in your exercise. It's literally some way, some shape or form you turn lazier during online.
Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. Like, even me during lockdown, I have been like, I have become so lazy. So few this should happen in my college. So they asked us to like sort of do like a NGO or like a event in our society and shit to like or just your own
Uh-huh.
self. We just need to like make a video of us running for 100 meters and then like analyzing our own body. And yeah, 80% of my classmates just fainted while sprinting for like fucking 100 meters because everyone was sitting at their home. So yeah,
Yeah.
everyone is getting lazy. That's one point. But this is a big problem for creative people. Like if you're a normal student or like who doesn't do much creative work, it's sort of fine. But for people who are creative, we need inspiration. Like we either go outside in the nature, we go to party, we go to visit like a new place. Like right now for us is on a vacation, so I hope after coming back he will do something new and more exciting. But yeah, thing. And if we don't get it, we kind of just become dumber, I would say. Not in a bad, like, yeah, it is bad, but not in like that kind of bad way. Yeah, our brain is still there, but our creative workflow is getting degraded like day by day by day. What you used to do before like
Yeah,
COVID
that is true.
and now is like way different. Before you used to just like take 2 seconds to think something creative. Oh, I'm gonna draw a flower. Now you're like, what should I draw? How does a flower look like? So that's what's happening right now. And a best solution for that is trying to stay away from digital media. Like, I'm not saying stay away from your online lectures and don't do shit. Do it, but be in a limit. Like, right now, everyone wakes up at any time they want. They open their phone. They're eating their breakfast. Their phone is open. They're watching YouTube. And they join the online lectures. They're eating while looking at the online lectures. The online lectures are done now. Again on Netflix, YouTube, or something, watching Squid Game, anime, anything, and they are just continuously like wasting, no, not wasting, like expending their mental capacity and energy, and their body's just like sitting right there. So that's
Yeah, I think like the body, when we keep doing that, just like it just lowers the standard naturally. Like they feel naturally like, oh, I don't need to expend that much energy, so I'll just have like little, I'll have lower limits
yep,
of my body.
yeah,
So like you're so used on doing easy stuff, and finally when you have to do like hard shit, you're like, oh man, this is like hard. Or either that, or you just feel like, wait, I feel like I could do this before, but why can't I do it now? Like that frustration of like you used to be able to do it,
yeah,
but then you
and
can't.
it's like affecting our like, yeah, mental thoughts. Do something, but now I can't, and now
Yeah.
you're getting irritated and you're eating your own self. Like you're like, fuck your own self, fuck me. Why can't I do it anymore?
Yeah.
Uh,
Especially like for me as an art student, right? I'm pretty sure I've asked like around in my university, because of course online university is a bit harder to like gain friends from like another class or from
mhm.
another thing, I guess. I don't know what they're called, another major. Yes, yeah, looking friends for another major is a bit hard online because you're not technically like going around finding them. But when I do like find someone from another major, they do express like it's not as well. Like they're not doing things as well as they were before, and it really hits home, especially for art students, because like I've asked a lot of art classmates, and they did express like I feel like I'm less inspired to do art. I feel like it's more of a hassle instead of an actual passion project as
Mm-hmm.
before. So like it definitely makes someone less less coherent about like what they want to do in life because of how long the lockdown has been.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone is not used to like doing it anymore.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Um, this is just like a fun fact for everyone. Like right now, if you try to do anything like a hard labor, like a heavy weight, or maybe you're trying to run, and if your body part starts to shiver, like if you're picking up a 5 kg weight and your hand starts to shiver, do you know why it's happening? It's because your brain is sort of forgotten how the control and coordination used to work. So it's just randomly sending impulses to your hand, and that's why your hand is like shaking. So if that happens, don't get scared. It's just your brain getting fucked up. What you can do is slowly make your body. But yeah,
Yeah.
as
Oh yeah, lately I've actually been like trying to exercise because like just like a few weeks ago I noticed some stuff about my body that I that I forgot how to do, I guess. Usually I could do like one-handed push-ups. Like probably like 2 years ago I could do like 10 in a row. Now I couldn't even do one without like having my hand feel so pain. Like having it so like I forgot what it's called. See, even my English is affected
yeah,
by it.
everything is getting affected.
And most of all, right, I used to be able to do cartwheels and backflips. Well, not technically backflips, but
Yeah, good
yeah,
idea.
it was a. I could do cartwheels, but then just just like I think a month ago, I tried to do another cartwheel. I couldn't even stay. I couldn't even do it straight anymore. Like I was always going on to the side. I was always like hurting my hand by dropping my full weight of my body too fast, and I felt like this was so easy when I was in school. So how am I messing this up? Like I actually had perfect marks on the test where we were doing cartwheels
Hmm.
and acrobatic stuff.
And now you can't do
And
it.
then looking back at like a month ago, I felt like so frustrated
Yeah,
because how am I not doing this?
everyone is facing the same
Like
problem.
how? Yeah, I'm pretty sure if everyone here tried to do something that they could do like 2 years ago right now,
They couldn't do it.
you will
Yeah,
find like a major difference
it's true.
in like your current skill and you from 2 years ago.
That's absolutely true. So this thing is not only for your body; it's also for your brain. Like the thing you used to do, you can't do it now. Like you can do it, but you can't do it properly. Like maybe if you used to draw, maybe if you used to like study, maybe if you used to do mental maths. If I give you a question of a mental maths, 80% of us would fail, except like that 20% people it like regularly on online classes. But after like listening to it and like trying it ourselves, we will like say, "Oh fuck, I became dumb." So as for me, if lockdown continues to like one more year, like full lockdown, if you're staying at home for like one more full year, 365 days,
I would die.
yeah, it will be really, really fucked up for us, our mental health, and our body. Because right now, things are
Yeah.
happening, weird shits are happening to your own self. And in the next year, it will happen even more if we don't take care of ourselves. So, what I would like suggest is try doing everything like your regular activities, like um, body movement, thinking, vocabulary skills, and like mental, practices. Mental practice. I don't mean by doing random shit. Mental practices means like revising the shit that you used to do before. This is not a not a subject wise. Like I'm not talking about education. Like anything. If you used to cook before, try to think about the recipes, how you used to cook, go into the kitchen. If you used to do something, do it again and bring back the habit. Because you need to stay active as much as possible and stay as much distracted as you can. Watching anime and watching Netflix is a good way of distraction, but it toll on your body. So instead of doing that, maybe you can
Yeah.
exercise in your home, like walk around your home. If your home is like small, walk on the same spot, like just stand in the one spot and like just jog on that single spot. You can even do push-ups, squats, and many different shit to like make your body active, but please keep your body active. So that's
Okay.
like one thing I would suggest everyone.
Yeah. I think I have another suggestion. Is like, uh, if you feel like something is missing, like you could do something, hold on to that frustration you're feeling. All right. Just like keep that frustration in your head, and then just like think about it more and more. That way you have like a bit of motivation. Don't turn that frustration into like don't turn that frustration into a reason why you don't want to improve. Turn that frustration into something that you actually want to improve on. Turn it into motivation. Maybe like you used to be able to do like you used to be able to box really well. You used to be able to do martial arts, but now you can't. Hold on to that frustration, and when you actually can do stuff like more stuff and go outside more and you can do stuff, then practice every last bit of it,
Yep.
because that's probably the only way people can recover from this is by actually getting frustrated, because if you're not frustrated about who you are right now, you won't be able to fix your future self.
That's true. Like even myself, yeah, I'm sure saying like all of this like exercise and shit. Yeah, I do that, and I actually kept myself pretty busy in lockdown. Like I tried to learn new skills. Like 2 3 weeks ago, I bought a drawing tablet, and now I'm trying to draw every day. It's getting better and better slowly. Yeah, and I also been learning about market and investment and stuff because yeah, it's pretty exciting. So yeah,
Yeah,
if you have
learning
any
stuff is
yeah if you
actually
have any
fun.
interests, like maybe learning a guitar, maybe doing something, maybe reading books, go do it. Okay, here's like a cool thing I would like to tell. So on the last stream, I shared a website called as Photopea. It's a website where website, and it's online fully, and it's free, no watermarks, nothing. It's Photoshop's replica on Chrome. So today I would like to share a website. It's not completely legal. It's called a Z Library. It's a place where you can get all of the books which are available on the internet, most of them, not all, most popular books for over there for free. Like, yeah, it is a bit fucked up, but I would never say no to education. I know no one else would. So maybe if you have in your mind, like maybe you want to buy a book, investment books or studying books or maybe drawing books, you can find them over there. It's called the Z Library. Just search it on the internet, Z Library. You can get it. You can get it over there. So yeah, that was my tip for the day for everyone. That's a pretty good website. So yeah, college stuff will go on. I would like to like share one thing. Once you go in, I know many of us hate like we hate to study. What I would suggest is don't study to makeshift. If you don't know what makeshift means, it's don't study to just pass an exam. Study to gain information and knowledge. Like we kind of, even I forget that every now and then when like my mood is like fucked up or like I'm really bored. But do remember that thing. Like do try to remind yourself that you're learning for your own self to just pass an exam. Like many people think, oh, if I study I would make money. Even a hot dog seller makes more money than a fucking doctor. If you're thinking if I'm like, if you're thinking money wise, yeah, and that shit is actually kind of true. In lockdown, yeah, the businesses went up and down. Medical field was like the science field was the best field for income wise and job wise. But after lockdown is done, yeah, everything is gonna be normal. If you're thinking, if you're studying to be a millionaire, then I would suggest don't do it. Just fucking take a drop and open like a hot dog stand or like help your parents or some shit. But if you wanna actually study, then study to gain knowledge, not money. Like a 5-year-old kid can invest $5 in a stock or like an investment market, and he after like 10 years he can make $5,000 or 5 million depending on what stock he invested. So did he study even a bit of shit? No, he didn't. His father's $5, he made it into 5 million. So money is everywhere. The only thing is you need to learn how to find money, like see where the money is flowing on. And how do you do that? I'm not sure myself, and I won't suggest anything because if I suggest you anything and if your life get fucked up, you will blame it on me. So you need to find that part on your own self. But yeah, but the thing is, money is everywhere. Career is not everywhere. So focus on your career, not the money. Because if you focus on a career, if you get like your favorite job, your favorite education, your favorite subject, your favorite degree, you're gonna fucking slay that job, bro. You will be like, oh shit, I'm gonna do a video edit today. Oh, I'm excited. All right, let's open up. You're gonna sit there for 18 hours, like how you play games, like when a new game releases or when you're grinding battle pass, you're like, oh shit, I'm a play, I'm a play, I'm a play, I'm a play, and then it's like 12 hours, and your mom is screaming, oh, you fucking can't. It's night. Bitch, leave your phone. So that thing will happen when you find like the perfect job for you. Like for example, Shelf, when you make mangas, how long do you like keep on going?
Okay, so for me personally, right, back when I was making the Faraz
Mm-hmm.
manga, I was actually tryharding it a bit too much for my own comfort. But I knew something that like if I don't if I don't sketch this out now, I'll forget about it tomorrow. If I don't outline this now, I'll forget about this tomorrow. It took me about like midnight, from like maybe early in the
Mm-hmm.
day up to midnight sometimes, just from like I need to sketch this out, I need to outline this. And but I'm not saying like I did it 100% every hour of the day. So of course, like some of the hours I was like 80%, some of the hours I was like basically 5% because I was just playing, and some of the hours I was like actually tryharding, especially at
Yeah.
night. So
So that
because that's the thing that worries me a lot, because like lockdown actually forces me to be more active at night and lazier ish at
morning.
like
Yeah,
evening.
yeah, I do get the feeling too.
Yeah, morning.
So
So
if
that's
you want
why
like sort of like an
I was basically spending 12 hours,
yeah 12 hours, alright,
12 hours per
that's
day.
pretty long.
Yeah.
So the lazy thing that you said, according to like psychology, the reason why we become lazy is because we get like so many distractions, or we just don't have any motivation to do anything. And as soon as the night hits, like everything is dark, parents are going to sleep, you're alone in a room, you have nothing to do, your creative mind wakes up at that time, and then you're like, oh shit, let's do something. That time differs on every person. Few people it's in the morning, few people it's in the afternoon or in the night, like us. But most of the creative people normally use the nighttime for the creativity because they say like it's silent and like no disturbance and shit. So yeah, that's why it happens. So yeah, we did talk about college school, sort of motivation and psychology. So let's kind of switch
Oh
on
yeah.
to the next topic, which will be. Uh, all right, let's talk about management studies. Sounds like a nerd thing,
Management
but
studies. All right.
yeah, it's a pretty interesting thing. Like management studies. All right, okay, fuck management studies. Let's study about a team. In the future, even now, we all are gonna work in a team with us or like with someone else in the future. So let me give you guys some tips. Um, okay, if any one of you thinking, why the fuck is this guy like talking big shit? Does he even have? Yeah, I do have it, and if I don't, and if my answers make like sense, then I think it's valid. If you think my answers make sense, then yep, it's valid. Uh, so the
Okay.
thing is, in a team, humans have tendency to hate everyone they want. Okay, we have a tendency to do that. Like if someone is flexing something, we are gonna fucking hate him. If someone is being too kind to someone, we are gonna get jealous. If someone has something, we're gonna do something. So that kind of thing is pretty normal. But when you get in a team, do remember that you're a team. That like if there are five people in your team, if there are two people on your team, both of the people represent a single team. So if one person is toxic, then the whole team is gonna get like a fucking zero. But if like both of the people are like understanding each other and filling each other's gap, even though they hate each other, like a the proper thing. So if you're thinking, if I hate someone, how can I be friendly with him, or how can I like work with him? Many of us becomes like became angry on our parents. Many of us sort of hate our parents, sort of. Maybe people actually do hate their parents. So, do you actually not talk to them? Do you just go and fucking kick their asses? No, right? There's a simple reason why you don't do that. It's them. They are the one who fucking dropped you off in this world like a bomb. They made it you in this world, and you have respect for them, like utter respect. Even if you hate your father or your mother, and then if someone is slapping your father in front of you, you're gonna get angry. You're like, who the fuck is this person to fucking slap my father like that? So the same thing is in a team. If there's a head, he's a head for a reason. If there's a assistant or a mod, he's there for a reason. So you need to learn to respect people. I'm not saying you don't, but just keep this in mind. Respect is a really important thing in a team and in like the whole society. People hate each other, but they do respect it. Like if you see in an anime, the villain and like the hero is fucking fighting. They swear at each other, they bust each other's balls. But in the end, they're like, oh yeah, this was a fucking good fight. Why? Because they respect each other. They both know we both have done hard work to reach this position. They both know we both have our own differences, but they do respect each other because of how us, and they respect it. Like in normal society, many shit happens. Like if we like, for example, me and Shelf are friends. We go to the school, like we go to school together. And in the morning, I had a fight with my parents, and I was pretty angry. And then I went to the school with Shelf, and then he was like joking or something, and then I got really triggered and toxic, and I was like, "Fuck you, bro! You don't even deserve to live." And then he's gonna feel sad. But it's pretty normal to feel sad. But if you have the experience, like if you think in the opposite side, if you think if you're looking at my life from a person view, then you're gonna think, "Oh shit." He had troubles in the morning. He was fighting with his parents for some shit, and he's like, he's kind of angry. So people say toxic things and they fight because they're kind of disturbed. So we should not like keep it in our mind. Oh fuck, the guy was swearing at us like he was a fucking bitch. Now I'm not him, or like fuck his life. No, he's also fucking human. He's also living a life like you. You guys have also experienced like having bad days and shit. So try to understand, try to cope up, try to fill in each other's spots. If someone is being toxic, all right, let them be toxic. Just ask them politely, why are you doing this? If they're still toxic, ask them the next day, let it go on. If it never stops, then just keep quiet and try to adjust. If you live in a human society, you need to be like water. You need to be flexible as shit. Even in like the small crevices, the water can like go in there. So that's one thing. And the best thing about water is it tries to be itself. It doesn't just become solid or liquid at any time. And okay, you can freeze it. That also means like, yeah, you can change your own personality, but try to be water. Try to fill in other people's gap, and they will fill your gap. Try to make each other comfortable. Okay. Try to make each other like just help each other out, even though you're behind the back, or even though they don't know it. Just help each other out.
I think it's you're trying to say something that Bruce Lee once said, like you need to like live or move like water. Like if you pour water into a cup, it becomes the cup, and if you pour water into a bowl, it becomes the bowl, and stuff. Like you need to become someone who is able to change itself, just like water.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Yes, Mike. Become a person who can blend. Okay, blending in is like right now I'm blending. Okay. People can blend in, people can show like fake faces and they can just blend in. But the thoughts are the deep inside thoughts. We need to clear that up. In order to get respect, we need to respect others first. Yeah, that's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. Cause, okay, life is short. You never know who's gonna fucking come and help you out. You never know that. So times can change anytime. Like right now, okay. For an example, a billionaire can become a poor guy. A poor guy can fucking become a billionaire. So times can change anytime. So you need to be you need to be like good, even though they're like toxic to you or they have done anything. Just keep a smile. Try to be like that guy who understands everything. Don't try to like just go in and do shit. No, that's not how it happens. Like for a simple example, maybe you swear at me and I'm that person. I'm like the angry person and I'm like, oh fuck that person, I'm never gonna talk to, and I bitched about it like, oh yeah, fuck you, fuck your life. And then few years later I got into some kind of financial trouble and you're the only one who can solve it. Because of my behavior with you, the first thing is I won't be able to talk back to you because I feel ashamed of myself. And the second thing is you won't help me because you're like, oh yeah, you were fucking bitching about me, right? I'm not gonna help you at all. Okay, if you're good at it, of course you will help. But that thing happens a lot and people don't understand. We live for 100 years, not 3 days. Like, if you have a million, it doesn't mean that tomorrow also we are gonna have a million. If you're having food right now, tomorrow also you're gonna have food. If you have a friend right now, it doesn't mean tomorrow also you're gonna have a friend. If you have a life today, it doesn't mean that tomorrow also you're gonna have the same life. Everything in this world is temporary. So, you know how we use rental cars or anything that's rented? We use it, we fucking respect it, we give it clean back to its owner. That's how the world is. You take, you use, you give it back clean. Don't just take it and run away and be like, oh yeah, fucking bitch, I'm gonna just destroy your shit. No. Don't destroy things. Be neutral. Be like a water. Flow and blend in into the life. If you need, okay, this is the thing about me. I love to talk to people and gain their experiences. That's one thing. But when it comes to solving my own problems, I try to seek the nature. Like if I'm having any kind of problem, for example, if someone dies and I'm like, oh shit, I'm feeling depressed, I will just go around, walk in the nature, look around. I will see. So, okay, I remember the great Buddha story. So, it's like an old tale of Buddha. A mother's child dies, and the mother came running to Buddha, and she was like, "Sir, can you please revive my child? You're the Buddha. You can do anything. You have the wisdom of this whole earth." Buddha only replied once, "Yeah, I will do it. But the condition is you have to go to, you have to like take wheat, you know the seeds, right? Wheat. Or okay, for example, okay, you need to bring rice from a house where there has been no deaths, and I will revive your child." So the mom went to like all of begging for rice, and she asked the question, "Did someone die in this house?" And everyone's answer was yes. The day went by. The next day, the mother came all tired, and she fell on Buddha's feet, and she was like, "I understood what you said. Everyone will face that thing. It's not just you. If you're thinking you're the fucking unluckiest person, no, you're wrong. If you don't have like, if you think for today, like maybe your mom or the food you have today is tasteless, or it's kind of nasty. Don't forget that there's a beggar around your area who is fucking eating food from the garbage, or he's just eating fucking plants out there in the fucking woods." Adliana says you can't do your best if you don't have the motivation to do so. Alright, so motivation is a pretty big thing that people think it is. It's actually not that big. What is motivation? You want to do something and you do it. If you so the reason why we lack motivation is because of the surroundings. If I want to become a musician and my parents are like, "Oh no, you want to become a doctor," oh, the moment I open my music software, they're gonna like, "Oh fuck you, you're gonna become a doctor, open your book," and my motivation is gone. So what you need to learn is, say fuck off to your parents, of course. Say okay, all right, just talk them away, and then continue your thing. Try to obey your own self. Getting suggestions from others is fine, but motivating your own self is your own duty, and only you can do it. And if you get other people's opinion affect on you, then that's not gonna happen. If you see a topper of any class, he would avoid to talk to many other. That's like this is like pretty normal. A topper will never talk to a shit student because he knows if I talk to the shit students, I'm gonna lose my motivation. He's gonna go again like in his topper group and he's gonna talk to them, and the topper group is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do that, yeah, I'm gonna score fucking 90%, oh yeah, I'm doing this, that, this, that. So the person will get motivated. The same thing happens in life. If you want to become something, if you want to do something, like let's say you want to become a streamer, don't join a pro streamer right there, all right? Find a streamer who's struggling like you, join him, talk to him, you both are going to motivate each other, and then you're going to grow. It's like the simple basic rule: don't jump on the mountain, start with a hill, like climb slowly.
Yeah, I think so. I think right. It's all about. It's generally about the environment too. About motivation.
Absolutely it is.
Like what you said. Like if the smart kid always hangs out with the smart kid, because it makes him want to be smarter. And I think right. You need to start avoiding stuff like, oh, I'm hanging out with the cool kids because I want to be cool. No, do not hang out with someone if you just want to become them, but you're not willing to do anything else outside of that. Yeah, sure, you can join the cool kids. They can accept you into their clique, but what are you gonna do there? Are you just gonna copy them? Are you just gonna just like do what they do? No, that's basically escapism. That's like something that's like running away from your problem by making yourself feel like something else. If you want to join cool kids, you need to understand why they're cool in the first place. If you want to join the smart kids, you need to understand why they're smart, because they're not smart just because they're like inherently talented at becoming smart.
That's true. What he said is true.
But someone's not cool because they're just born lit and hip like all the kids. No, they're cool for a reason. They did something. So like, just don't go to someone and just like, okay, I'm you now. But like, try to like absorb
Understand
every single thing
why they do it and how they do it. Don't just copy them. Oh, he's wearing a goggles, let me wear it too. That guy has like a specific reason.
Yeah.
Like in my college school, I have a habit of wearing rings. I have 2 rings in my hand. So each ring actually represents my own life. Like I have an iron ring and a silver ring. The iron ring represents like of me trying to understand people. Okay, that's my past. Like these are my achievements, and I always try to remind myself and how to be. And the silver ring is, all right. Silver is a metal. If you keep it outside in the oxygen, it becomes tarnished. It becomes darker. But if you keep it seal packed, it's always gonna stay silver. But the best part is, the more like, okay, this is sort of scientifically true. The more brownish your ring gets, or like any silver metal gets, the more healthy it is to like sort of wear it. It's because the chemicals on it has been like removed, the silver thing, and there's like more oxygen. So what I'm trying to say is, some people do some things for their own good and for their own satisfaction. Don't just go ahead and copy it. The first thing is you need to understand why they're doing it. Like for an example, if you go into a group of smart people, the first thing is motivation things. You will talk, you are studying this, you're studying that. But the more you stay with them, the more you realize why they're doing it. Maybe someone wants to become a doctor because saw his dog die, or maybe his relative or some family member die in front of his eyes and he couldn't do something, so he has that kind of motivation. Everyone in this world needs that kind of, a thing that helps them to follow their dream. Like maybe maybe like you want to become a streamer because you think streamers are cool, but it also, it can be right also, you actually want to become, if you have a good reason. But If you're just thinking, oh yeah, streamers are cool, I'm gonna just copy it, I'm gonna just buy a fucking 4K dollar camera, a good PC, I'm gonna smile and I'm gonna just talk about it. No, you can't be a streamer like that. If your dream is to entertain people from the bottom of your heart, then go ahead. A person with a shittiest shit cam and a shittiest shit PC can reach a huge amount of viewers. For example, he's the guy who loves to entertain people from the bottom of the heart. All right, many people give his example, but that's how he is. Maybe he has changed over time, but that's how he started. So everyone has their own start. So try to find your start, of course, and be in groups of people that you want to be in. Like if you want to be a streamer, be in the group, but don't copy them. Try to understand like why they're doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, like yeah,
Like honestly, that's actually something you should stand upon. Like it will work for everyone, to be
Arhan
honest.
says basically you need dedication. Yeah, Arhan, dedication is pretty important. Yeah, that's what I'm basically saying. But having a focus or like a goal and a dedication is a bit different. Dedication is you want to do it. Focus and the thing that we talked about is why you want to do it. Also part of the same thing,
Yeah,
but
true.
it's slightly different. Uh,
I think right. You can't have one
yeah,
without
yeah,
the other. You can't have a goal without dedication, and you can't have dedication
yeah.
without a goal. It's like they're interchanged. You can't really split them apart. Otherwise, you're just gonna have dedication with no basis, or a goal with no actual motivation to do
So
it.
that's what happens to everyone, right? When we are kids, we are like, oh, fucking become astronaut, a doctor, a engineer, a fucking astrobiologist, and the coolest, dopest shit one can think of. But we don't. But then we forget, or like we don't even see the stairs of reaching that place. So we're just looking at the sky, like the clouds flying, but we don't know how to reach that cloud. And then this shit happens till we're
Yeah.
like 18, 20, till we come to the college, and we come to the point where we is to like get to the clouds, but we don't know how to do it. Like many people get confused at that time, so they're like, oh yeah, oh shit, like being a medical student is this hard, you need to study that much. Oh, being a engineer is that much, being an artist means this much work, this much thing. So people need to understand how much it's gonna take, how much toll it is to reach that goal. Yes, it is fucking it will give you depression and not depression or like lack of motivation when you listen to it. Like when I heard to become a doctor you need to give a fucking entrance exam, this that shit, so much money is gonna spend it like gone over there. So I was like, oh fuck, this was not my dream job. I don't want to spend like $1 million on becoming a doctor, or sorry, $100,000 on becoming a doctor and like do all this fucking shit of hard work. I was like, alright, fuck it, I'm gonna become a researcher. So
Yeah.
that's how things are.
Okay. I think like some people, right? Well, I'm not telling this anyone in particular, but like some people are just like I think they're too narrow in the way they can perceive the world. Like sure, you can see something like maybe like an art degree, like oh, it's basically like doing art and you get paid. But no, it's like you're not looking at it from a wide enough angle. Sometimes like when you're in a forest or like when you're in the when you're in a forest, you can appreciate the forest. But can you really appreciate the forest if you don't see the leaves, the grass, or even the wood
Yep.
in the forest? And can you really appreciate the ocean? Well, if you only appreciate the ocean, can you really appreciate everything that's inside it, like the coral reefs, the little fishes on the ground, and everything else? Like, basically, what I'm saying to do is like, if you want to do something, don't have that as a such a narrow goal.
Yep.
So like, have that goal like as broad as possible, because that will not only that will make you more happy as a person, because you will know what's happening and you will know about basically everything, but that will also like give you more, that will give you more chances to like improve
Mhm.
yourself.
Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. People just focus on the goal. They're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna become a doctor. I'm gonna earn 100K a month. That's not the truth. It's not about ending up with money. It's about ending up a happy life. A person who earns 5K a month is more happier than a doctor who's working 24/7 in a hospital. Because when after reaching that, you don't realize it until you reach that position. After you reach that position, you're like, ah shit. I wish I was a designer. I would just sit in my home, unleash my creativity, show to the people what I'm thinking, and even if I earned a little bit, I would be happy. Because in the end, if you think like that, humans' basic necessity is food, clothes, and shelter. Luxury items are just there for our own entertainment and to save time. But after reaching a certain point, you don't value it. Like when I was a kid, I used to value, oh shit, having a 5,000 mic, having a $5,000 mic, having a $200 keyboard, $200 mouse. I'm gonna become a fucking big streamer. No, after reaching a particular age, after looking at the society, after looking at the world, I realized no, it doesn't matter. I try to use the cheapest equipment if I'm going into something, and then I slowly increase my budget. So I don't like waste money on it. Like let's say for example, I want to become a musician, and I want a keyboard, a piano basically. So I'm not gonna buy like the best quality piano of like 20K. I will buy like the cheapest piano which I can get, and then I'm gonna use it, and then I'm gonna check on myself. Is this thing for me? So yeah, I'm gonna save my time. I'm gonna save my thinking, and you know what happens when you spend too much money. You're like, oh shit, I spent like $1,000 on this shit,
Now
and
you
now I
have
had
to
to
do
do
it.
it. I don't want to do it, and your parents are like peeking your door, and they're like looking, what the fuck is my kid doing? So yeah, that's how it happens. That's like my small tip.
Yeah, I think that is a bit true to people like who pays to
Yeah,
play
that's
games. Like, let's say you play. Okay, I don't play Genshin, but like I'm pretty sure everyone who
Mhm.
pays while
Yeah, of
they're
course.
playing Genshin feels the same way. Like they paid for it, so I can't
This is
give up
the this
now.
is the
I
story
can't
of
just quit. I
this is
don't
the
like the game,
battle
but
pass users.
you know.
They buy a battle pass, they play the game for 3 days, and they get bored, and they're like, "Oh fuck, I I I spend my money here. I need
But
to
I
level up my battle pass to the fullest."
Yeah, but if I don't finish it,
Yeah,
I won't.
yeah.
If I don't finish it,
It's
dude,
it's
it's
like
just
it's
gonna be
like
a waste
it's
of
like
money.
more stress on your own self. So don't do that, guys. I had
Yeah.
us.
So I say like have a plan
Yeah,
alongside your
yeah,
goal.
actually, yeah.
I think have like a budget
So
plan.
what I'm gonna like say.
So don't go for the like most
Yeah.
expensive shit. Yeah, go for like something more budget.
So what I'm gonna say is,
Uh,
we did talk about school, we did talk about motivation, we did talk about focus, careers, and shit. If you're ever thinking to drop out of college or school, don't do it, please. Let me tell you the reason why. If you're thinking the education is that hard, it's not. You're just thinking it a bit wrong. Alright, it is hard, but it's something that every student can do, and he can average it out. Like getting 90%, passing it is more important. Unless you're fucking disabled and you can't study properly. But if you're not disabled, then go for it. Pursue your career and just pass in the exams. You just need to pass 35%, 40%. That's it. Koei says, if fail SPM, can get to study. What the fuck are you failing SPM? If you compare, okay, okay. The thing why we don't study is because of a simple thing. The first thing is pressure. The second thing to study. When we open a book and when we see shit ton of formulas, we're like, oh fuck, this is not for me. But don't look at it that way. First of all, don't even open the book unless the teacher tells you to, and study slowly, part by part. That's why one like uh, that's why like a school is of like a session is of like 1 year. A grade is of 1 year. It's shit ton of time. So teachers teach a if you go to higher level, you need to like fucking complete one chapter in a day. All right, so yeah, it's still a thing. So the reason I'm saying not to drop out is
yeah,
because of a simple thing. There is luck, of course, in our life, believe it or not. I believe it, and there is hard work. So
I believe it.
hard work will surely take you to the place you want to go, but luck is something like, buying OP weapons in the game. It's, you can't buy it technically. It's God gifted, or whatever gifted it is, but it's still there. It's still there. So that's why I say, like, keep on education, because education is hard work. It's basically your own hard work. It's not luck. If you have a certificate on your table, the person in front of you, the interviewer, will think, oh yeah, all right, this guy is educated. If you have like a pretty good degree, like let's say for example you're a PhD, and like you want to go into some kind of random shit company, see your certificate, and he'll be like, you're a PhD, why are you working here? And you're like, oh yeah, I want to do this. People think a piece of paper can change anything, but let me tell you one thing: a sign on a piece of paper can change your whole life. It can either give you a whole family's property, or it can take your own property, or anything that you own.
That is true.
So don't underestimate the power of papers. They sure are important. But if you have a passion, somehow manage your education. Like for an example, being a streamer, or this is for the people who are in art field. Our life is depend on our art, and of course, I gave this example before too. When you get married, right now you have parents on your head, but if you go alone, like if you go to live alone, the first thing that you come home and check is your pockets, and you will open your wallet and you will be like, all right, $100, what am I going to eat? It's just okay, not $300, all right, all right, 30, all right. So the best meal is for 100 and you only have 30, so you're gonna eat the cheapest meal and you're gonna say, I wish I had 100. And you're gonna regret that time, that, oh shit, if I would have just added more effort in whatever you were doing in the past, I would have gotten this much. So money is like a really, really important thing. Don't have a passion if you have luck, if you have everything, you can earn money. No, that's not how it happens. Many people are more talented than you, but they're still eating the $10 meal. So you need to focus properly. You need to make the backup. So that's why I'm saying, don't drop out. Somehow pass, because even that piece of paper can give you a decent enough job to feed your own self. And yeah, that's my point basically. Don't to pass out. If the subjects are too heavy on you, you can change the subjects, go to a lower level. If you're a science student, go to commerce to arts, but don't drop out. Try to somehow manage it. Arhan asked, yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah. Wait, okay, I'll go to the Q&A first.
All right. Okay. If okay, you can ask if you're gonna forget it. All right.
No,
so,
you go first.
Okay.
I can remember.
Arhan says, quick question: how to deal with depression? My question to you is, Arhan, like everyone has their own perspective, or like their own definition of depression.
That's very true.
So, what do you mean by depression, as per you?
Just like, okay, I'm pretty sure even you have your own side of
Yeah, I
depression
do
too,
have my
right?
own side
of like
yeah,
how
yeah. Everyone has it. Everyone has their own side.
for me personally, right? I think it's fine if I share this, but like for me personally, it's like feeling alone in something. That is like, that's my depression, I would say.
My depression is not able to do something. So it's kind of weird, but yeah, it's kind of there. I do respect it, but that's like my side of depression. If I can't achieve something, I kind of feel bad about it, even if it's a thing. I think it's sort of good depression as for me. And if you're talking about like the legit depression, the medical term depression, where you feel everything is crumbling down, you're feeling sad, you wanna die, then my answer to that is, it's your mindset is wrong. If you're thinking because you can't do anything you wanna die, then your mindset is wrong. Just because you couldn't, all right, lonely. Okay, this is Arhan's answer. It's anxiety attacks and constant IRL problem, which makes me feel so stressed out. Let me ask you something. What's your IRL problem, Arhan? Loneliness and anxiety, everyone has it. at some point. Family problems. What are your family doing? Are they tying you down on a fucking bed and beating the shit out of you? Are they doing that? No, right? Breakups. Okay, look. Um, Relations are not permanent. If they are, all right. It's not permanent because you're not in a relationship with a stone which is gonna stay with you forever. You can just take him wherever you want. You're with a human being, and they always think about something you're doing, something you're not doing. So that's pretty normal. There's no need to stress out about it. That's my thought, of course, but you're thinking something else. I'll give a nice explanation. Let me. I don't want to say it on string. All right. Okay. Fuck it. So you have depression. Your family is sort of mental torturing you. Then let me tell you a few things. The first thing is you surely need to listen to them because it's your family. The second thing is don't stress out. If you're in a bad situation, if the time is bad, if you have an exam, if you have a bad result, nothing in this life is permanent. If you have a bad result right now, maybe you will have a good result tomorrow. If you have a bad result right now, maybe you have a good future tomorrow. So, time always moves, so will your problems. Just try to be happy because nothing is permanent. Like right now, you have at least you have some. Okay, okay. This might get a bit sad, but right now you have your parents that call you, that take care of you, that ask you like, okay, did you eat, or they make food, or at least like throw some money on your face so you can eat and survive. Once you get into the adult world, and once your parents pass away, no one in this fucking world of shit asks you. No one. Even if you have your wife, even if you have your girlfriend, they have their own limitations of love. They're like, all right, if he's becoming, if he's being moody and he doesn't want to eat, fuck him. All right, don't eat. But if that was your mom, she will be like, she will keep the food outside, or she will just scream, you fucking can't come and eat the food. So, family problems, it's there for just a few times, like few level. Once you increase your like once you increase your understanding power, you can cope up with that. Like normally in a teenage life, or in a parent child relationship, the biggest problem is the misunderstanding shit and not understanding each other. Like many times our parents don't try to understand us, and they're like, all right, just go over, you're just a kid. So that thing will take a bit of time, and you need to prove your own self. Like nothing in this world will change unless you prove it, and unless you do the hard work. So it's like a simple answer.
Yeah. Yeah. To be honest, it is simple, but I won't say it's easy. To be honest, because it is hard to like change
Yeah,
your
that's
entire
true.
life.
That's true. That's absolutely true.
Basically,
It's
it's a simple solution, but it's never easy. Like I'm pretty sure everyone in here has fought something
yeah.
along those lines, like something you need to change your life, something that you need to do to change your life. Otherwise, it's
Mhm.
fucked forever.
Yeah, that's what you said is actually true. Like
So like,
um, let me just go to the questions. I'm going to. All right. Uh, Everyone goes through that. Doesn't help, by the way. All right, Jasper. What you said is true. But what I'm trying to say is you're not the only person, because people have a tendency to think if they have a problem, they're the only fucking unluckiest person in this world. No. If you're having a problem, like let's say you have some kind of problem, then other person will also have the same kind of problem. Okay, they not the same. They will have problem, but of a different type. But both of you guys are having problems. If you're having family issues, then someone will have life issues. Like some kind of bad shit is going around in each other's life. The person who's always stepping ahead is he knows how to solve his issues. It's not about just sitting and thinking, oh shit, I have family issues. Try to solve it. It's not always about thinking, oh shit, tomorrow is a test and I'm not and I'm gonna think about it like, oh yeah, tomorrow is a test, tomorrow is a test, tomorrow is a test. No, you need to find out the answer, how to solve it. Everyone in this world is on an equal level. The only difference it makes is the thinking process and the mindset. Some people know how to overcome obstacles, some people don't. So the people who don't know just get stuck. They're just stuck over there. They're like, what to do next? but the opponent is like just running ahead. He's like, all right, I'm gonna solve this. So life is not easy. Our life is much more easier than wild animals. If you just look around you, every animal around you knows that they don't know where the fuck is like some shit gonna happen. But for us, we have enough brain. We can sort of predict the future and over back by having a backup or some kind of safety measure already.
True. I think right for that comment, like, well, everyone
Mm-hmm.
has that issue. I
Yeah,
guess it depends on what type of support that you're giving the person. Okay, because here's the thing: sympathy
different
and
things.
empathy are two very different things. Don't get them confused. Because like if you're like saying sympathy, like if you're sympathizing with someone, you're like you're basically trying to not understand their feelings. That's empathy if you actually try to understand their feelings. Sympathy is something like you're trying to gain self knowledge or like self attention from that
Yeah,
person's thing. Because like sympathy is basically you're affirming them that they are the problem.
yeah, that's true. Empathy is basically like,
So like unless
yeah, like,
yeah, unless like you are a bit rougher with the person. Like I'm not saying like go on a full on spree, insult the person
mm-hmm.
expressly. Like don't be too kind to them because that's not how you give empathy. Because you don't understand their situation at all. That's why you give them sympathy, which is just like a flat line, basically lie. Because like you could tell someone, "Hey, I'm depressed," and then you can say, "Oh, that's bad for you. That's bad for you. I'm sorry you have to go through that." That also doesn't help. Like, okay, you're supporting them there, but are you really trying to understand what they feel at the time? Because you say, "Okay, I feel bad," but do you really? Because are you giving them that to let them affirm themselves that they are cared, or do you want them to change? That's the thing. If you want them to change their life, give them empathy. Don't just give them talk without any
Yeah.
basis. Because I'm pretty sure we've all had that kind of support before. Like someone who is like, "Oh man, I can't do this
Yeah, yeah.
test," and you're
Don't
like,
worry,
"Don't
it's
worry,
gonna
you
be
can do
fine.
this.
So the sim,
It's
yeah. The
gonna be
first
fine."
example I thought of it was,
It's basically the same
yeah.
thing as
The
what
first thing
Jasmine
I ever
said.
thought about the thing you said was, this thing happens always. Like, someone, something passes away. Like, someone dies, and we're like, it's okay, it's gonna be fine. But we don't know what the person is going through. But what difference it makes is, if you have felt that experience somewhere, look, everyone's life is different, everyone has chosen different paths, but the thing that's common in all of us is how to counter that problem. Yes, the answer is different. Like, every question has a different answer, but it's somewhat of it's in the same category. So if someone has experienced something before, they can sort of help you out, sort of. It's not like completely, yeah, all right, you can do it. So what I'm trying to say is, everyone has difficulties and problems in their own life. Like, maybe I have difficulties in studying, then someone has difficulties with their family, maybe difficulty with anything, like maybe college issues, someone doesn't have finance, someone has a small home. But the thing is, all of us are having problems, and there's the solution is, the people who are going ahead of us have learned the skill to overcome problems that we haven't. So I'm not saying like fucking change your whole mindset since you were born. No, simple thoughts, simple thoughts. Like I said, if you get a problem, we get stuck. We are like, what to do next, and we just keep thinking what to do next. But we need to do some kind of action. We need to, like, if there's a roadblock in front of you, you're not gonna just sit there and think there's a roadblock. You need to get out of the car, remove the fucking roadblock by yourself, or call someone to remove the roadblock. people don't realize that if they see problem, they're just gonna sit over there and they're gonna like, oh yeah, there's a roadblock, and yeah, they're just gonna get stuck over there, and that what leads to depression. Okay, many of us teenagers have problems while giving tests, and when the result comes out, we're like depressed as fuck. Like, if we just think, if you get low marks, I'm gonna fucking jump out of the window. If I get good marks, it's fine. Simple thing. Everyone in at least, even the fucking genius, at least once have ever failed in their life. First of all, geniuses always fail. They never just succeed on the first try. No, they have the fail experience. So everyone fails. So don't get depressed
Yeah.
because you got you just you're like, oh shit, I didn't pass. If you're investing like 6 hours a day and you're studying something and you're like damn focused about it and you don't get any marks, okay, that's some kind of problem. But ask your own, invest enough hard work and time into the thing that you're doing, and you're just right now complaining about it like, oh shit, I didn't get enough marks. Did you even study for the test? Studying a day before doesn't help. So basic thinking, people need that. The basic thinking, like if you go to a millionaires, they do events and shit, they do talk events. If you go over there, they're just simple as fuck. Simple as fuck. You don't need to complicate things. The complicated things are for the managers and the finance department. They just don't think about it. So what I'm trying to say is, there was an interview with Jeff Bezos, and the interviewer asked, "Sir, what's the future? And like, what's gonna change in the future?" He just fucking said a simple sentence. He was like, "What's not gonna change?" And the moment he said that, I was like, "Oh fuck, that's a business mindset over there right now." Like it was such a simple answer. What's not gonna change? Everything is gonna change in the future. If you need a profit, if you need to grow big, you need to run behind something which is not growing, which is not gonna change in the future. You change it, and that department is yours. So that's like simple things can change our lives, like way beyond our thinking. Like the simplest thing I said was about the teams and the anger issues and shit. Everyone has it, but the moment respect comes in, the moment you understand the concept of respect, you're gonna work really well in the team. Same thing happens with career. If you learn how to place the stairs to heaven, you're gonna reach heaven instead of just jumping and try to reach. Simple thought process. I'm not saying change the mindset. Oh yeah, like change your whole fucking timeline of since you born. This is not JoJo to do that. So simple things, simple things around you. Being friendly, simple thing. Not talking to someone, simple thing. Ignoring someone, simple thing. Simple things can change everything. The biggest big art piece, like we
Yeah.
said before, the difference between a noob and a pro is the pro knows where to put the details. The noob doesn't know where to put it. A pro can make a simple triangle, 3 lines into a professional 3D looking drawing, hand drawn thing, while the newbie is like just confused over there. So the thing that I'm saying, the gap between how do you feel it, it's from experiences, and without failures you can't learn, and without trying to learn you can't fail. So you need to learn how to take risk and why to take risks. That's what I was saying. But basic, like everyone has their own issues. It doesn't make me feel better. I never said that to make you feel better. If I wanted to feel like make you feel better, I can just say, oh yeah, everything is gonna be okay. I can just give like few businessman names. And, oh yeah, they were also like in a bad position like you, and now they're good. No, they have done the hard work. They have taken the thorny path to change them. So that's one thing.
Yeah. Sometimes the truth is actually painful, but it's the only way
Yep.
to help them. Because if you're giving them like, yeah, it's fine, it'll work out eventually. they'll just assume that their current situation is fine. Then, like, you don't want to give them false hope. You don't want to give them like fake leads on how they should live their life, or like how to. You don't want to make a fake path for them, I would say.
So yeah, that's one thing. um,
Wow,
yeah,
that took a
yeah,
dark
yeah,
turn.
that
Not
did
gonna
took
lie.
a doctor. It's fine, it's fine.
That's
So yeah,
very dark.
here's one more tip. Um, like I notice in people. So people after achieving something, right? They just stop. Say I wanted to become artist, so I will after becoming artist, I just stop. I will just stop. Like if I get few views on YouTube, I'm just gonna stop making videos. If you wanna become, if you have the motivation or like if you have the desire to become someone, learn how to not give up and like keep learning. That's like the most tedious process. Everyone fucking gives up. That's why you need motivation in your life. You can't just like, oh yeah, I learned drawing. I'm gonna stop. No, you can't. You can't. You need to keep on learning because the surrounding around you is growing and you're just being outdated. So like yeah, that's the thing. If you wanna grow, sorry, like if you wanna become something, you need to keep on growing. You can't stop. So yeah, that's one thing. And everyone suffers from the thing that I said. Everyone, even Faraz. So yeah, that's the thing.
True.
Me, I'm not sure about Shell, but yeah, I can claim myself. And Faraz because we talked about this thing before. All right then. Let's kind of stop this kind of topic. People will like sort of
Let's
feel
stop the
bad about
depressing
what we are talking. It's harsh, I know, but I
Yeah,
learned
it's
in a
fine.
pretty bad way too.
Yeah, you sometimes you need like these type of talks to like remember where you came from at one point, you know.
Hmm.
Okay, okay, let's just talk about something else. Let's switch the topic, real quick. So Pratt, how do you think like so you know like in an office team or like
Mm-hmm.
even in a group project? If wait, do you have group
Yep.
projects
We
in your
do. We
major?
do.
Okay, so like maybe like passion projects, projects outside of the
Mm-hmm.
majors, right? Maybe like someone is trying to make a movie, and they're inviting friends to make the movie to win a competition, right? But how do you think that someone who wants to lead the group should act like? Because just the other day, right, a friend told me a pretty interesting story. Like, one of their members in high school wanted to make a movie, and they invited like all of their friends, but he was being such a crap that most of them left, like 2 weeks into the making of
Mm-hmm.
the movie. So, like, what do you think the ideal leader should be
Okay,
like?
so there are different type of leaders. I'm not. I'm okay. I'll talk about it just a bit. There's the polite guy. There's the silent guy. There's the Overwatch guy, and there's the angry guy. So that's the four kind of people that I know. There might be more. So I'm gonna just keep them aside right now, and let's talk about the leadership qualities. The first thing is you should know the skill level and the talents of other people, and he should know how to like use squeeze the juice out of them. Like he should know what's your potential, so he can guide you to work in the best way. The second thing is he needs to learn and respect people around himself. Okay, there are few people who actually need like scolding, like yeah, they're like that who need scolding. You need to be like, oh yeah, you fucking can't, you're not working, I'm not paying you for shit. And there are some people who just understand it one time. So a leader needs to learn who's that person and who's not. Okay, so the angry part. Okay, leaders do often tend to get angry. It's because the whole team's responsibility is of a leader. For example, if the team does something wrong, the leader is gonna get scolded by the. So that's like a thing. But the leader should also know why and how to respect other people. Because I've seen many people who do like that thing. Um, like for example, they think they're the great, they're the best, and they just start shit talking about people. If you did something wrong, they're like, oh shit, you fucking cunt, get out of here. Or they just try to be toxic, and they just try to be overconfident, like, oh yeah, I know everything. Okay, so that's like a core topic about being a leader. He needs to understand himself and his whole own team to lead the thing, to lead like the whole uh, team basically, and make a successful project. Now let's come to the angry, silent, observant, and the toxic boss. The reason why this happens um, is because of their past and their work experience. If someone is rude, it doesn't mean they actually are. It's just, you can say, sort of a habit. Like for example, in our school, many of our teachers are like strict, but if you talk to them off time, like out of school or college, they're like they're like really nice persons. The reason why they're angry, like they're kind of strict, is because a leader needs to show why he's a leader, and he needs to show that he's experienced, because no one is gonna follow a leader if he knows nothing. Like if for example, if you're artist or a video editor, or something, or okay, let's talk about film line. So you're in a camera crew, and your leader is doing nothing, he's just sitting in the back looking. This is the observant leader, and you're just gonna think, my leader is not doing shit, he's just staying there and being a bitch, he's just letting us work. But the thing is, uh that leader is actually looking at you, and trying to perceive what you're doing, and trying to understand like what it's like whole team wants to do and why they want to do, and your like attitude and shit. What happens is, in the silent bosses, he gets late sometimes to talk about the thing. Like for example, like the camera project, about you guys are like cameramans, so you're just looking and you're like, what the fuck is he doing that? And then you're gonna like, alright, fuck it, I'm just gonna leave. Okay, that was a point where the leader was sort of wrong, and he didn't come early. So the leader needs to be pretty quick, and this thing is pretty obvious. Like if you go to a new company, everyone is gonna keep a look at you. Like you do shit, you not do shit, they're just looking at you. If there's something happening, they're expecting you to help them out. Now let's come to the part of the angry one. Everyone has seen so many people that he just doesn't want to waste time explaining, so he just becomes toxic. That's also wrong, of course. So that's like the angry boss. He's like always screaming, shouting. It's because he sort of knows the life, and everyone can be wrong, of course. Like he doesn't know how everyone lives. He's not stalking you 24/7. So yeah, that's one thing. That's like one type of boss. Now comes like the best boss, understanding boss. This boss knows what's life, how's life, and he will be good with everyone. But the problem that will occur over here is the underlings will think as the boss is their friend, and they're gonna like be lazy or don't listen to the boss, and then it's gonna cause problems. So that's like those are like the three different type of boss. The fourth one, who looks at the people and then he changes his mood or his mind or his thinking process, I would say. So if his team is lazy, he's gonna become angry. If his team is understandable and respectable, then he becomes understandable and respectable. So those were the bosses topic that you asked. Like these are all of the bosses that I've seen throughout the life I lived till now. So yeah, that's the thing.
Okay, I think it makes sense. Like to be honest, right? Some this is like a mentality of a leader that is, I mean, it's a bit hard to understand, but it does make sense. When you're a leader, you don't expect, technically, right? You're the one. Fuck, how do I explain? You're the one who is owning.
You're
everything.
responsible for
You're
everything.
the one who
Yep.
needs that project, right? So don't
Yeah, to do all
expect
the
the
work.
employees
Yeah,
to
yeah,
work
that's the
for you
thing.
100% when you yourself
Hmm.
are doing half-ass work.
Yeah, what you're saying is true. But
Just like,
what
yeah.
happens is this is like a normal thinking process. For example, okay, this thing happens a lot in the families, like parents and child. So the dad does like all of the hard work throughout the day, and he comes home and then he looks at you. You're playing on a game, playing games on your computer. You didn't open your book or anything, and then he's gonna just fucking scold you. He's gonna be like, "You fucking bitch! I work like 12 hours a day to feed you, and you're doing this." But the thing is, um, that the child-parent relationship. What I gave the example was just an example. What the child is doing is actually wrong. But in the business point of view, boss and the team, if you keep your clients, your team happy, and if the team is actually interested in the project, they won't even ask for money. They're just gonna work. They're just gonna be like, they're gonna be with you. So this is a normal human thinking when you're in a team. Oh, best example, college projects. There's the one guy who is carrying everything, and there are the four who are sleeping. So basically, right here, the payment thing is not included. But if you have the payment thing, then yeah, it's obvious. But over the team leader is like, why the fuck
Yeah.
am I doing all the work and all of my team is like fucking sleeping? So that's like the basic boss mentality, and any human being will think like that. If you're working for a company, you need to be dedicated. But it's the leader and the boss's responsibility to take care of, the comfortability of the comfort zone of his employees, and he needs to take care about his thing. So if you see like the biggest big company, they don't have many people in it. It's just like a people of like 30-40 people who trust each other and who's been working with each other since a fucking long time, and they work the best because the boss is friendly. The boss knows that his employees are trustworthy and they're gonna do everything, not everything, like everything perfectly. So that's the thing. This is why it's hard to be human being is different, and human beings need to learn each other. They need to be like a water. So as for me, the best leader is the one who's like liquid, who knows how to understand people, who knows how to observe things and how to help out everyone. Carrying the team is a point, of course, but we are human beings in the end. We can't do everything.
True. I think okay. I think that's
Yeah.
enough for the leader section. How long
One
have we
over
been on?
30 minutes, I guess.
1 hour 30 minutes. Okay. So let's just do a quick Q&A if anyone's still here. Like,
Questions.
if anyone has
Go
like
ahead, go ahead.
any sort of question,
You can,
yeah,
yeah, you can
Raise
either
your
talk in
hand.
Discord or in
Okay.
YouTube. Anywhere is fine. We are looking at general chat too. Oh god.
Yep.
We podcast. All right.
All right. Well, let's just wait. Let's just wait. Podcast. I agree.
I agree.
Podcast. For the first time, I think it says episode 4.
Raise your hand, kids.
Uh,
Welcome to Google Meet. Oh god.
Welcome to Google
My name's
Meet.
Steve. Alright. If you have like legit questions about anything,
My name's Steve.
just ask. And yeah, just for
Yeah,
info,
like anything.
I don't tell this a lot on streams. It's just for our small podcast thing. We do have few features in our Discord. We mods provide it. We have our own sort of department. Shelf is the art guy. Have any questions about on? Go over there. Technical issues, video editing, music, you can come to me. Video editing, meme edition, fees. And if you want to learn anything about phones and shit, like how to video edit on phone, Photoshop on phone, Hafiz. If you need someone to talk, the whole mod team is available. But Dasmer is the main guy. If you want to talk, he's kind of too much talkative. Leah is there if you want to play games or if you want to listen to dinosaur and bird noises. So yeah, that's Liam. Your boy is also a mod. He, if you need recommendations or anything media related, like film production and shit, you can ask him because he is actually in that school. So I think that
Yeah, but he's a
yeah,
bit
yeah,
in,
yeah.
but he's a
kind
bit
of busy.
inactive right now, so
Yeah, he's
you
kind of
might
busy.
not get the
But
answer.
We four are pretty active. If you need anything, if you wanna ask, you can. Why does Adobe Illustrator exist? All right, Acid. Thank you for asking that question.
And I give you a simple answer. The torture.
Companies, big companies need perfect work. So, Adobe thought, perfect work. Photoshop is meant to make shift. So we're gonna do one thing. We're gonna make the perfect app so we can fuck up the brains of normal people who make logos.
Yeah. We make the perfect app for perfect little people to live perfect
So-
little lives
It's an app.
with their
Yeah,
perfect.
it's an app made for
perfect
logo
family.
making and artwork, which is used on a large scale and real high quality artworks. That's why it's there.
It's basically
Yeah.
like an automatic SVG, right? So like no
It's
matter
not gonna
how much
break.
you zoom,
And the lines
it's-
will be like
it will be
perfect
the
curve.
highest definition. Yeah. So like, if your laptop's like actually the best laptop in the world, you can actually like put it up as SVG level type zoom. So no matter how much you zoom at it, it will never break. It will have the highest resolution
Yep,
known to
yeah,
man.
that's right.
But I still hate it because the brush
It's not
tool
made it for
sucks.
art, like it's not made it for drawing. So yeah, it's fine. Salad asks, can you teach me how to communicate? I
Yeah.
can't even make new friends. I'm very extrovert to my friends in real life. All right. So over here, I think there's like a communication issue, or it's like you are feeling shy to talk to someone, or maybe you're just being self-conscious about you, your language, your accent. I'm doesn't want to engage on a conversation since I'm scared of awkward quiet. All right. So if you want to talk out, the first thing is you find a people who do the common work that you do, like maybe playing games, maybe making art, maybe something you do and you love it really like too much. So you can talk to them. Okay, if you go to an artist and say algebraic formula, he's gonna just say all right, and then he's gonna just run away. So if you want to talk to a human being, you need to find something common, the commonest common shit. And that's why people say good morning, because everyone wakes up. That's how was your breakfast, because everyone has that. How is your day going, because everyone's day is going. So those are like common topics that people ask, and like both of you can join in, like connect to each other. Yeah, talk about depression. That's a fucking great idea. Like just go to a random server and be like, hey guys, I need a bit of help. I'm kind of feeling depressed. And then everyone will gonna join in like, oh yeah, I'm feeling depression too, my girlfriend left me. And then going to become the best drunk friends ever. You're gonna talk to like fucking 10 a.m. till the next morning. So yeah, that's the thing.
But I
Yeah,
guess it
it still
depends on the server too.
Like yeah,
Yeah, you come into like a role play server saying I'm
Yeah.
depressed, you get kicked out immediately.
I'm not saying like you need to talk about depression. It can be anything. Like, hey, some kind of League of Legends characters pretty well, so you can just go in there. Hey, do you have any good builds for this character? And then you can just slowly, drag out the conversation. Because the people who join the call also want to talk. So yeah, you can just get in and talk more. I know how you. I know your problem actually.
Yeah.
I know your problem actually. This thing happens to a lot of people. Yeah,
Especially online actually. Like I find it so hard to like communicate with someone online. Especially like if you just like absolutely random people. Like you absolutely know nothing about them at all. it feels harder
Yeah.
to
To
talk
be honest,
to them. I believe.
like this reason, right? This was like one of the most important reason why Jasper got hired into the mod team, because he's anyone. So what happens is when a new person joins in, the best example right now is Nikki. If you're here in the podcast somewhere, you can listen to this. I'm not sure about that. I'm not quite sure. Like for anyone new that comes in, and if we just drag him into our VC, and if Jazz is there, even if the person in front listens or not, this guy is gonna speak and he's gonna continue it, and some way the person in front of him will also, and then he will just feel comfortable. So Salad, if we want, you can pay Jasmer and just take him to any random server that you wanna talk to, and then tell Jasmer to introduce you, and then you can just join in. Oh God. So yeah, you can do that. So that's why we need like, that's why we have like a talkative person in our mod team, of course. It kind of helps out. If you don't know how to react, just say I don't know how to react. Just be honest. Yeah, just be honest.
How do I react?
Don't be like, don't just stay quiet. Like if someone asks you a question, what's your name? And if you just be quiet, he actually, the guy in front of you will feel sad and insecure. Like maybe he will think, is my accent, what's wrong with me? Is my mic okay? Just say I don't want to answer, or just I don't know. And then you can like converse more, and then the person in front of you will actually know, alright, you're a confused person. And yeah, like the more you know them, you'll adapt, of course. That's right. So yeah, that was the answer, to talk to people. This is why schools normally push, like give
To be
speeches
honest,
on
like,
events, and yeah.
push people to talk.
But
Yeah, I
we
was
don't
about
we
to
don't
say that.
understand that. We are like,
I was about
oh
to
no,
say that.
I don't wanna go on the stage. I feel ashamed. The girls are looking at me.
Yeah. Because it's a different type of like meeting up. Because like when you're in front of school with nobody that you know, it's basically setting you up for like an actual speech of some sort. Like it will set you up really damn well once you've grown bigger and you start actually speaking in public. But since you're like in high school, you're new to talking, and then you're in that situation, it feels a bit weird. But at the same time, it feels like something you need to overcome.
That's the thing.
Like yeah, I do believe like people who are brave enough to share their experience day one in front of a lot of people, they're practically set if they have to do that like in the near future, because then they already have experience on talking
Yep.
to random people.
Yeah, that was like the question. Like that was the answer for your question. If anyone has any other questions, sure, here. So okay, if you think this is a podcast of only two people talking, that's not true. This is why it's called as the Babi Gang podcast. If you wanna talk, raise your hand. If you have a question, put it down. We will the answer out somehow. Okay. And yeah, do remember it. Everything that we're saying and all of the things we are saying can be true and can also be wrong. So don't just think that we are the fucking holy Bible and follow everything.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, we're talking about our experience,
Yeah.
and it's mostly subjective. It's not. It works for us. It doesn't work for you, probably, but we'll see.
So the thing is, actually, internet, it actually, like Discord and internet is actually a really good place if you wanna socialize. The first thing is the person you're talking to don't know you. They can't see your face. They can't see your address. So there's no way of humiliation. Like people get scared when they talk to someone. They think like, oh shit, if I talk wrong, they're gonna think something, and my whole life is ruined now because I'm gonna stay throughout the college, or they live in their society or something. Like, internet is just anonymous talking to anonymous. if you feel cringed out, you just go change your username and profile picture. They can't find you anymore. Yeah,
Yeah, and then block them, just in case they try to look for you.
and that's the thing. Hmm.
Okay, to be honest, communicating with someone new is definitely like a tough part because you want to think about two things. That is the early game and the late game, if you're
Yep.
like gaming terms, I guess. Because like early game, anyone could be close to anyone. Because like you can be fake, like you can just talk to appeal to them. But like once it gets to the late game, that's when shit starts hitting the fan. Because like, what if they don't think about you the same way? Or what if you overshared so many things that they're no longer interested in like talking to you? Because like you've already shared so much about yourself. Like why do I
Yeah.
need to continue talking to you then? Like that's the hard part about like keeping friendships. Is like thinking about like ah shit, when do I need to reveal this or am I saying this too much? Because like you don't want a one-sided relationship. You don't want a relationship that is just like, oh, I it benefits me. Like let's say I only talk to this guy just so I can flex about my life. I only talk to this guy just so I can talk, I guess. Like every day I talk to this guy and I tell him about my day, but when he tells about his day, I tell him to shut up. That's like that's like not that's how late game works because like early game of course everyone's gonna be fake in some way or form, but late game it's harder to fake because you know the person well enough to like know their subtle cues about like when they're angry, when they're lying, when they're being a piece of shit. Like you know these little things once you get to know someone, and that once you know these things about someone, it makes that person less interesting to your
Yeah.
eyes.
What you said is pretty
I
true.
would say.
This is why I try to be honest in our first meeting. So I don't have to take care about that. Because
Interesting.
ever since the start, he know me as the guy I am. So yeah, things happen. It depends on how you do things. For me, I'm just like a straightforward guy. If I don't like it, I just say I don't like it. If I like it, I say I like it. Yeah, that's me. Actually, most of the time, right? I'm just like I
Yeah.
just love to listen, so I don't talk. So I don't reach that end part because I don't even talk. Yeah,
And you don't even try to get there.
I just keep
That's
listening
how
to
you
people,
do
and
it.
I'm like, yeah, all right, that's pretty interesting. All right, and then I just like
Yeah.
keep write it down in my diary somewhere, and like try to make my own theory out of it. That's kind of fun. So yeah, that. Mhm.
Like to be honest, like to balance out the early game and late game, it's just like early game, just don't be fake. Just
Yeah.
try not to be fake, I guess. Yeah, most likely. Because you will regret it in the late game if the other person are actually like pretty cool and you're just like over there like ah shit,
Yep.
I messed up. Like don't have that regret. Don't
So
just
we did talk about like the whole human relationship kind of shit. I actually wanted to ask you, how do you about
Yeah.
your Ink October was going on,
What's up?
and you're still drawing art, I guess, every day. So, um, as for me, as a creative person,
Uh-huh.
I do know like making something every day using your creative brain is pretty hard. So, yeah, how hard it is
Especially
for you,
nowadays.
and how are you managing it? What's your thoughts?
It's right now it is pretty damn hard. I'm taking a short break, but I'm gonna continue tomorrow
Mhm.
to speed run it basically. It is pretty hard to like come up with creative stuff every single day of the week basically because technically you keep thinking of the same things over and over again when you're like making something or like trying to make creative ideas because you're burnt out thinking. So like you either resort to like simple stuff or something that is like unappealing. Because even I fall victim to that sometimes when I'm not trying hard. Like I make something and it's either too simple or
Yeah.
complicated, but it's cracked. So like trying to look for that balance is very hard, especially nowadays. So that's why I'm taking a break to like ease it off a bit, to like release some pressure, and then I'm gonna speed run like 4 days in a row, I suppose.
So yeah, so about that thing, I also have a question. So how did you I'm pretty sure since you were speedrunning this thing, I'm pretty sure that lack of
Uh,
motivation somewhere, like you were like, ah shit, I have to do this again. I don't know what to do, and you just give it up. You were like, ah shit, I'm just gonna do it later. Fuck it now. So how did you like cope up or like find a
yeah,
solution?
that part is a bit hard. That part is a bit hard to like counter, because once you've started feeling burnt out, it's hard to
Yeah.
cool yourself off. Especially as an artist, I'm pretty sure you felt like a burnout that it's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to do it later. But like to be honest, how to do it is how to deal with that type of stuff is it's simple. It's basically you just do it. Like even if
So
you're
you
feeling like
just
shit,
keep on going.
like just
Alright, so you
just
just go on with the
somewhat
flow.
try to do. Not keep on going, but like yeah, you try to like achieve a flow forcefully, I guess. It is kind of forcing your own head to like do stuff, and it will get tiring in the long run. But that's why I'm taking the break right now. After you do these type of things, it's like really important to take a break, especially after like doing stuff that you are not comfortable with. Like maybe you're overexerting yourself. Taking a break is fine. No one's gonna blame you for it unless like tomorrow's the deadline. Like manage your time well, manage
Yeah,
your breaks
managing
well.
time.
That's the thing. Because people don't realize when they're managing their time, they need to also manage their
So
breaks.
like when you said like you kept pushing on, didn't it like bring consequences on your art? Di-
Yeah, it did bring consequences, especially like making the art less well. Basically, I made the art like too simple or like too
I see.
too
Alright.
basic, basically. But like it was to chase the deadline, and I couldn't do shit about it. And that's why I'm taking the break to like ease
Actually,
off
what
the
your
break.
college is doing is pretty good. Like in actual real life, right? The deadlines and the work we are doing is like a lot. Like right now, I think Mike is in the VC. I'm pretty sure he has experienced it. Because when you join a company and you start working, you have
True.
like and in a creative work, in a creative job, you have to make something new every day, like something creative every day, and you're like burning the shit out of your own stuff, and the pay is like decent. So you're just like getting frustrated. You're bottling it up more, and then you just one day give up your everything. You're like, just fuck it.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to like push myself a little more, because I didn't want to give up that easy, or didn't want to take a break when I wanted to
That's
take a
actually
break.
pretty nice. So yeah,
Yeah. But I did I did end up taking
yeah,
a break because
absolutely,
I'm not
absolutely.
that
Like,
like resilient
if
to
you're doing
like
this
stress.
since like 10 years, then that's a different story. But you started doing this right now, like, taking too much work, overworking. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a pretty good tip for all of the people who are gonna pursue their career on art. Start try harding today and keep it on. Because if you don't, if you just kind of become lazy, it will be a problem in the future. So that's one thing. All right then. Let's talk about a bit. Okay, let me just inform you. All right, Faraz is on a vacation for 1 week. He's in Malaysia. Yeah, he didn't go out of the country. He's still there. I think he will on Instagram or something. And yeah, but for this whole week he will be missing. So hmm no entertainment for you guys. That's why I kind of hosted this podcast today.
Yeah. He'll be back in
Yeah, like
weekends, I think, right? If I'm not
this
wrong.
week. Yeah,
Like he
this
will be
week,
back
I guess.
Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday.
Five-star hotel. Yes, Jasmine. I think
I think
someone
so.
has too much money in their pocket. I need to bring out my bills, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, if any one of you is living in Banao, just like feel free to like wait outside until he just leaves, and then you can
Yeah,
take a picture of him. That way, you can be his first
technical. Yeah.
paparazzi.
If you do that, yeah, yeah. In the future,
Yeah.
in the future, you will pay
He'll
good.
finally have.
Like I will pay you good. Oh god. So yeah.
Yeah. Then you can like, yeah. Then you can also take pictures of like Faraz's family, so I have reference if I ever
Oh
need to
god.
like draw the entire family. But I'm pretty sure that'll be that'll be like private life, breaching of private life. So if
Yep.
if
It's
you
not
go
our
to
fault.
jail, it's not from me. All right, it's your own fault. Yeah, it's not our fault. You did it. I was just suggesting it.
All right then.
God, I'm gonna get someone thrown to
All
jail.
right then. I think let's kind of stop today's pod. If anyone has any questions, please go ahead. I will
Yeah.
be waiting for 2 minutes. We have been talking since 2 hours. All right. Because the topics will go on and
Yeah.
on and on and on and on, and we won't
2
have any
hours.
content for
Nice.
the next podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. We should save stuff for content. See, we don't plan stuff out.
So yeah. Once again, I'm gonna remind everyone that we do
Uh,
have some Discord features. If you're feeling bad, if you're feeling sad, any of us, okay, for my policy, sure you can talk with me. I would love to hear it, and I won't tell it to anyone. Your story is
yeah, but
but
he will
I
probably
won't
not
make you feel better. I'm
better.
just a listener. I might give you guys like some kind of weird suggestions that can make you angry or sad, but I won't spill out your secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
He'll
yeah.
probably
That's
forget
me.
about it tomorrow.
And for Shelf, yeah, he can teach you art. For me, video editing and music production, of course. Oh yeah. For new viewers, I was also a YouTuber and a streamer, and yeah, I'm a Discord mod, of course. So yeah, I do know some stuff that you might want to know, like some secrets and a few shit. Shelf knows about mangas and drawing and the secret art. You know, the book of secrets. We both have it. I don't know. Hafiz has the secret of meme editing and shit. Like anything he touch just becomes kind of funny. Leah is just roar. I don't know what to talk. All you can hear is dinosaur from our microphone. So, yeah. Uh, are you ending stream? Yes, Arhan. In few minutes. So if you have any final questions, go ahead.
We are.
Like of course we will be in the VC later. Yeah.
Try not to make it
Like
too
of course
long.
we will be in the if you want
Try not to make it
want to
too
share
long,
it with other people, then you can talk it on the stream. If you want to share it to only us, then we can talk it on our VC. What is the meaning of life? Jasmine,
Cupcake.
I want you to go to Z Library, the website I said. I want you to search that. You will get a book of 7,000 pages. Go ahead and read that. Oh god.
Alright, I
Alright
think
then.
that's about
For
all,
everyone
right?
who joined the stream and the podcast,
Alright.
thank you. I hope you learned something. Like even if you learned like 1% of the talk that we did, I am happy. I'm not sure about Shelf. Maybe Shelf wants you to learn everything he said.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, learn everything.
Yeah, he's like the
Be my-
teacher in the
be the
school. He's like,
second me.
how dare you not use my fucking formula? This is not what I thought. Oh god. How dare you?
This is not what I thought you. Tear it all down.
So yeah, thank you for listening. I hope I think our next podcast will be pretty soon. If you have any ideas what we should talk about, or if you want to talk, and if you're experienced about it, hop on. We do
Yeah.
have.
Yeah, technically
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't have to be
Even
here.
I don't have to be here. I'm just here to host the stream.
Yeah, you can be the host,
Sure, get
guys. You can be the next host.
So yeah, that's it. We will see you guys soon in Discord, of course, and we will be streaming our next podcast soon. This video will be, of course, available on YouTube. It's not gonna get deleted, so if you want to
Don't
rewatch, you can just go ahead and rewatch it. So yeah, that's it.
yeah. And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Oh,
to
God.
like.
If you want, you
our
can do it. If you
YouTube
don't want
channel.
to do it, don't do it. It's fine. That's why we are streaming it on YouTube. We're not
Yeah.
hungry for viewers and likes like for us. That's why our podcast is everywhere. Wherever you want, you can get in. You can talk.
Yeah.
You can hit listen. It's all right. Good luck for the rest of the month and everything in your life and shit. That like everyone says. And we're just gonna end our podcast here. Shelf, do you want to say anything? Yeah.
Cheese
Alright.
is delicious.
Okay. I don't like cheese that much, but that's a valid point. All right, guys. Stay safe. Stay.
All right, we're making the next podcast all about if cheese
Oh,
is good or not.
So, all right, guys. Have a good weekend and have a good day. Till then, we will see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.